You don't need to hand-fill lead. You need to skill to create your own real estate leads.
Your business depends on you, not somebody else's pipeline. You do not, if you depend on other people, you do not own your business. You're renting a business from somebody else. So we want to make sure that in today's video, we're talking about the 3 lead generation strategies. We are going to talk about how you can flip that narrative. You are not just an agent, you're the architect of your own empire, and this is how we're going to empire build, which is kind of extreme, but it is a way to have your own business and have your business growing. And yes, empires are.
And then the reason is why most of the agents are stuck. First of all, they're always looking at what is the right brokerage for me, and searching for brokers. And also beside that, they want to say who is giving me the most leads that I can build my business on. Therefore, that's the reason that most of the agent is stuck. But that's what it comes, that we need to have that mindset, because that mindset, it traps us to not have the growth in our real estate business. And then what we need to really do is doing the leverage, building a system, and based on that system, we can thrive our business in real estate.
Well, just to add, in 2025 and 2026, the market is shifting. I'm sure it's going to shift again, but right now advertising is up, competition is fierce. We have global corporations kind of combining. We have the cost of everything is going up, and agents who rely on third-party sellers alone are losing profit and losing control of their market, because now it's going somewhere else. So how do you thrive in an ever-changing world where you have to be the digital master of your own destiny? You have to market yourself and understand that you're building a system that's going to run 24/7 for you based on the 3 things: content, automation, and credibility. Now, we learned a lot of this from how initially?
We learned from the Mike Schrodt. That's why we have the Agent Academy that he provides step-by-step for all YouTube, social media, and lead generation. And of course, beside of that, you also have us as a prosperity agent.
Where we added to the system.
We added to the system, and you can get our support too with the mastering the system, and also actually scale in real estate business.
Now let's talk about the first myth, because we want to talk about myths in this one, and then we're going to get to strategies. But myth, everybody says, or many agents are going to say, I'd crush it if I just get the more leads. But here's the truth. You're not going to crush it if you don't make your own leads. So you need to not be reliant on somebody else to give you the leads. You're working their system, you're renting your business from them, you're capping their system, not yours. So
exactly.
What you have to do instead of just borrowing their leads is you need to build your own audience. Yes, you have to understand Facebook ads, YouTube funnel, Google ads, and how retargeting actually works, which all sounds really scary, but it's not, because every dollar you're spending is building a database, and it is your database, which is great. And we learned all of this again.
We learned this one from the Agent Wolfpack or Agent Academy with the Mike Schrodt, and that's why we are here also with our platform Prosperity Agent to teach you how to build the system from scratch, step by step, using automation and AI tools for content marketing instead of cold calling and pay-per leads that you can do it through Zillow, Realtor.com, different platforms. And that's why we are here. And now, what is the strategy?
Tell me the strategy number 1. Explain that to
me. Strategy number 1 is basically Digital Referral Flywheel. Referrals are not built through the coffee meeting anymore that you used to be, and they are built through the credibility loops line. And what it is, how you build that system.
So basically, even if you close on this home and you people were chill and cool, yes, you might have a great conversation with them, but they should still be in your database, because you need to deliver content, market updates, education, transparency, lead magnets, which are guides, seller guides, home maintenance guides, home buyer checklists, whatever their valuation tools. You're constantly sending them emails, because you need to make sure that you are following up with them, even when you're not making that phone call to them, because it is going to feel personal, because you're sending it to them. So therefore, when somebody else shows up at their door, and some agents are going to show up at their door, they're still your client because they trusted you, you helped them, and you're continually be in contact with them.
And exactly, that's why the consistency is important, because you need to be consistent about all of those. That's what my wife was talking about. The second one is the strategy. Number 2, which is the content to incur the conversation. Your next client probably already watching you. They just have not messaged you yet. That's what we were talking about, because it's about the content creation. Content is no longer optional. Therefore, it is your prospecting system. No. Therefore, what we're gonna do, basically the algorithm doesn't reward the loudest one, but it rewards, as we said, the most consistent.
But you
one.
can't be so consistent to where you're overwhelming the system either. So you have to understand the system to where you are actually consistently performing in the system. And you also have to continue always being yourself, being authentic, even if you're in a huge market and you're in a bigger market than us, that's fine. You still have to be authentic, educational, and local, because 3 to 4 times a week on all the other platforms, on the short forms, are going to help you stay form aligned. So I would say continue with the short forms: Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Stories, TikTok. You're going to answer questions, talk about properties, explain trends, and then also we want to make sure that our pixels and our retargeting is on pack, which we learned some from Mike Sherrod, and we have more in our that we've given ourselves.
Exactly. Therefore, you need to take an action every day.
That's important.
It seems a very sometimes. What
every comment.
Okay.
Every comment that you have is a potential conversation that you can have. So DM every single person. It's hard. There's apps for that, to make sure that your conversations continue. You're offering them of value always. The next thing we're going to talk about is building a digital community. You're not going to chase the leads anymore. You're going to build a place for the answers. Now, community is not in person anymore. It is not about connection. It is often online these days. We have to understand a lot of the generations are online, so we have to talk about that. How do I do that?
Basically, the simpler one is creating a private Facebook group for home buyers, home sellers, or relocators, and if you want, investors. Hosting live Q&A, like a market check-in once a month, the webinar that my wife is doing, and we are doing it every Tuesday, you said?
No. Last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday of the month. And then the third one, at least sharing updates featuring other businesses to become a trusted hub for your real estate market.
So basically, your followers need to turn into clients who could eventually be part of our family in many ways, because your business is about helping people, and that's really what the Prosperity Agent is. We really focus on helping people, and that way we take Mike Sherrod and we really kind of focus in on that community help that we're doing. But really, you have to have the right platform in order to do this, right? You can't just say, I can do this at my brokerage, because if your brokerage is not prepared for what you want to do, it is not going to be the right support for you. What I love about EXP is that there's 80 hours of training a week. There's virtual support anytime I need it. I can walk into the world. There's scalability. What else you want to add?
And also with our upline in Wolfpack, Mark Sherrod and Connor, we basically have this elite level of the AI training on the social media and the performance engine to fuel our visibility in our local real estate market.
And then with our own additions with the Prosperity Agents, we do give you roadmaps, templates, our own little like talks in order to talk about the tools that we actually get to execute faster. So there's 3 levels you get when you are thinking about EXP, and of course working with us, even though you can be anywhere in the world. That's the best part of it, because leads don't make you free, skills do, and your skill has to be online. So if you create your own clients online, you never have to worry about where the next meal is going to come from, because you're always working with your people who want to work with you because they liked you, because they saw you online and you are the same person that they met.
Exactly, and these are 3 digital strategies that every independent agent must master, but this is just the start of the game.
I can't wait to see you in our webinar. October 28th is our first one, but we do it the last Tuesday of every single month. So if you're watching this after October 28th, we'll see you in November, last Tuesday of every month. We are doing From Producer to Prosperous, and we're really going to talk about how ourselves have gone, and we've talked about, it's not about EXP all the time. It is talking about the pipeline, having a predictable income, and scaling your business. And yes, we are going to talk about within EXP because we are in EXP, but take what you will there, because we really love helping people, and that includes other agents.
And in the link below, your next level will start when you stop waiting for the leads and start creating them on your own.